Hi, my name is Vishal Ambani, and I'll be asking you a few questions regarding to your movie and regarding to Mami Film Festival. So, firstly, sir, I know it's a big day for you. Tell us something about your movie Agra, which was on released on like Cannes also, and now it will be telecast on Mami Film Festival. So, sir, how excited are you for this movie?
I'm very excited. Yeah, the premiere was yesterday, and it was a really reaffirming experience because it was a packed house, and the audiences, having seen the film yesterday for the first time with an Indian audience, I just cherished that experience because originally when I had started writing this film, whenever you make any film, it's a film for the Indian audiences. ये हमारी film है, हमारे लिए ही है. So to be able to see that so many people were interested in the film and then really connected with the film and had many things to say about the film was really exciting for me. The fact that the film is starting some sort of a conversation around the idea of sexual repression and the idea of sexuality, which is what I had intended to do originally with the film, was is amazing, and I feel blessed that the film is at Mami this year, and it's starting hopefully a longer process where the film is able to come out on a public platform and a lot more people are able to see it.
When I was reading, personally, I feel like it was a great story. What motivate you to write this kind of story? Because particularly when we choose this kind of topic, there are so many things that comes out. What motivate you to write down this story?
So, after after Titli, I had been thinking about what I wanted to do next and what it was that I was feeling really strongly about. And I realized that I myself, as a young boy growing up in Delhi, in different parts of North India, had felt a certain sexual repression myself, and I had not been able to express myself in ways that I would have liked to, and that bothered me. And what bothered me even more was that this time that I'm talking about, from when I was about 16, 17 to even, let's say, when I was about 25, 26, because in India men mature sexually so much more later, uh, that that when in that phase it was not just me. I had seen so many other boys around me who had gone through the same thing, and I felt like there was something universal there which was not spoken about, which was not addressed. And yeah, that became the central impulse. I felt really strongly that this film needed to be made, and some of the things around it needed to be said. And from there it was just then a process of finding what the film is really trying to say. और वो करते 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 draft after draft after draft, the film started slowly revealing itself to us. And yeah, and then it began its own journey from there.
हेलो हाय सर, दिस इज श्वेता। हम बात करते हैं, जैसे अगर आपकी तितली की बात करें तो काफ़ी हिट रही है फिल्म। अगर हम आगरा की बात करते हैं तो जिस तरह की आपके स्क्रिप्ट राइटिंग होती है तो कितनी चैलेंजिंग हो जाती है एक राइटर के लिए कि ये ऑडियंस को पसंद आना चाहिए, ऑडियंस इससे कनेक्ट होने चाहिए, दिस एंड दैट।
देखिए, मैं ये मानता हूँ कि किसी भी फिल्म की सबसे पहली ऑडियंस आप खुद होते हो। और अ, मुझे लगता है कि आ, हर फिल्म मेकर अपनी फिल्म को पहले ऑडियंस की तरह ही देखता है, और अ, वो इसी फेथ के साथ, इसी विश्वास के साथ फिल्म बना सकता है कि अगर मुझे लग रहा है कि मैं ये फिल्म देखना चाहता हूँ, तो मेरे जैसे और बहुत सारे लोग हैं बाहर जो ये फिल्म देखना चाहते हैं। तो जब आप कोई कहानी या कोई थीम के बारे में बात करना शुरू करते हैं, या सोचते हैं उसके बारे में बात करना चाहेंगे आप, ऐसा आपको लगना शुरू होता है, और आपको खुद से ये जवाब मिलता है कि हाँ, मैं एज एन ऑडियंस ये फिल्म देखना चाहता हूँ, तो बात वहीं खत्म हो जाती है। मुझे नहीं लगता उसके बाद आप किसी और ऑडियंस के बारे में सोच सकते हैं, क्योंकि कोई और कैसे सोच रहा है वो वैसे भी सेकंड गेसिंग ही है। आपको नहीं पता कि कोई ऑडियंस क्या चाहती है।
और अगर हम ऑडियंसेस को सोच के और रिसेप्शन को सोच के फिल्में लिखने लग जाएंगे, बनाने लग जाएंगे, तो बहुत ज्यादा कुकी कटर हो जाएगा। फिर आप फिर आप अपनी इम्पल्स, या अपनी इम्पल्स भी छोड़ दीजिए, कई बार फिल्म मेकर को अपनी खुद की इम्पल्स भी नहीं पता होती है, कई बार आपके अंदर कहीं छुपा होता है रियली जो आप एक्चुअली कहना चाह रहे हैं। सबको सब कुछ आपको भी नहीं पता होता अपनी फिल्म के बारे में, बनाते बनाते पता चलता है। तो जो चीज आपको भी नहीं पता वो किसी और को कैसे पता हो सकती है? और अगर किसी और को नहीं पता, आपको भी नहीं पता, तो यू जस्ट हैव टू राइड योर इम्पल्स। आपको जो फील हो रहा है आपको वहीं से फिल्म बनाना चाहिए।
सर इससे पहले हमने एक छोटा सा क्लिप देखा था, कैम में रिलीज किया गया, दिखाया गया था ऑडियंस को। ऑडियंस ने 5 मिनट्स स्टैंडिंग क्लैपिंग किया था। सो आप एज अ इंडियन ऑडियंस से क्या कुछ एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि किस तरह?
देखिए, मैं इंडियन ऑडियंसेस से मेरा एक ही एक्सपेक्टेशन है, और वो कोई अलग एक्सपेक्टेशन नहीं है। इस फिल्म को लेके मैं कोई भी फिल्म बनाता हूँ तो मेरा एक्सपेक्टेशन यही रहता है कि वो एक कॉन्वर्सेशन स्टार्ट करे। जो भी थीम है उस फिल्म का, उसके अराउंड देयर शुड बी अ कॉन्वर्सेशन दैट नीड्स टू बी स्टार्टेड। मैं कोई मुझे नहीं लगता मुझे किसी भी इशू या खुद अपनी फिल्म के बारे में सब कुछ पता होता है। मेरी कुछ फीलिंग्स हैं, कुछ आर्टिकुलेशंस हैं, उनको साथ जोड़ के कुछ सीन्स के जरिए, कुछ कैरेक्टर्स के जरिए, कुछ फीलिंग्स के जरिए एक फिल्म बनती है जो कुछ कहना चाह रही है या बहुत कुछ कहना चाह रही है। कुछ इधर से भी कहना चाह रही है, कुछ उधर से भी कहना चाह रही है। इट इज इंटेंडिंग टू बी nuanced enough so that whenever an audience gets to see it, when people at large get to see it, they can find an in into the film from who they are. The film is not a closed piece of conversation. The film is what it is, and then you I my goal is always to uh, maintain different ins into the film so that you can watch it in your own way, he can watch it in your own way, in his own way. There are different people who can watch it in their own way, interpret it the way they want to, and start a conversation and talk about it, because that's what we really need to do. Cinema at the end of the day needs to be uh, 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 yeah, just making people connect with each other.
Sir, one last question. Tell us something about, as a journalist, I can see so many filmmakers from the different countries. So tell us something about Mami Film Festival. How it is a beautiful film festival where I can express, where different makers can express themselves from the different country.
Yeah, I mean, Mami is probably right now, along with a couple of other festivals, one of the premier platforms in the country to have your film showcase. So it is a really exciting, really beautiful platform, and it is now coupled with the whole South Asian accent. This year, I think the festival is just growing and becoming bigger and bigger, and garnering more and more equity each year, both for itself and for the filmmakers that are involved with the festival, that are showing their film at this festival. So yeah, more power to Mami. I think it's a really really exciting film festival, which I hope goes from strength to strength with every passing year.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for your time.
Thank you.
सबसे पहले जानना चाहूँगा आज जो जितने भी पैनल डिस्कशन रहे, इट्स वन ऑफ द बेस्ट नेटफ्लिक्स सीरीज दैट आई हैव सीन इन माय लाइफ. टेल अस समथिंग अबाउट योर सीरीज एंड टेल अस समथिंग अबाउट द डिस्कशन.
Well, I mean, Guns and Gulabs, that's a series. It released in August, and I'm glad that the series did well and everything. And आज ये जो panel पे when we sat here with Vishal Bhardwaj and Sujoy Ghosh and Apoorva and Sudip, all of these shows are very very good shows, and I personally watched all of these shows and loved all of these shows. So yeah, I mean, I can't even pick a personal favorite. I mean, mine is the best, but other than I'm
Yes.
joking.
Tell us something, sir, about.
No, it was great to hear these filmmakers speak because I've never met most of them. It's pretty much the first time I think we are interacting with, except Sujoy, everybody. So it was really nice to share the stage and listen to their thoughts. And it's a great place to, I guess, exchange ideas.
Yes.
Only thing is,
What,
it's too short. I think it
what
should
was
have
the
been
most
longer.
talking point of the panel discussion?
Talking point
Yeah.
that you'll have to ask other people, right? Maybe the episode length.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us something about your series. It has a great response. Plus, when we talk about the cast, it has been such an amazing cast. Tell us something how it was decided. Why, like, we have to take this cast, we have to take this person. How?
I mean, Guns and Gulabs, like, I mean, this is our way of doing like a very pulp, fun, uh, kind of like an ode to 90s, 80s, 90s cinema. So, which is why the show is like larger than life and it has this great, amazing music from that era, both in Hindi and English. And when it comes to the cast, I mean, we always had Rajkumar in mind for that role,
Yes.
and he did it perfectly. And after that, of course, we discovered Adarsh Gaurav for
Yes.
that amazing role. And Gulshan Devaya is a surprise because we knew he's never done anything like this, but we knew for Charkat Atmaram, Gulshan Devaya, like he can bring that extra spark and just make it happen.
Location wise also so good. The area, the shooting wise, tell us who decided that this kind of location would be perfectly shoot to give a 90s touch.
We wanted a 90s touch, right? So it's hard to find place these days where it is everything is modern. So we looked for a bunch of places finally and settled into Dehradun, around Dehradun. So we shot all around the place. And of course, if you move the camera even an inch or a foot, you'll see the modern India. So we had to really pick and choose our frames to recreate 90s.
Yes. As we see the response, can we expect the season 2 coming up? Would you like to comment on it?
I think we should wait for the official announcement.
Okay, season 2 is going to come.
We always have a story what to say next. So, but we'll decide with Netflix.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
सर क्या करूं?
सबसे पहले जो फाइनल डिस्कशन हुआ है जो आपके प्रोजेक्ट को लेके अगर मैं बात करूँ इतना प्यार लोगों से मिला एंड नाउ व्हेन वी सिट ऑन द पैनल डिस्कशन फॉर दैट प्रोजेक्ट व्हाट कम्स इन योर माइंड फर्स्ट
In terms of?
in terms of about your project, in terms of when we see so many Netflix projects around
Ah.
you which has got a great response, and what was the panel discussion and what first thing came in your mind when you came for this panel discussion?
मुझे जो अच्छा लगा that was that somebody actually giving me some love for something I did. You know, it's great to be loved,
Yes.
and especially for doing something that I love doing. So I think that's a great feeling. So sense of gratitude, you know, like कोई मुझे कुछ भाव दे रहा है क्योंकि मैंने कुछ अच्छा काम किया. मेरी मम्मी को भी अच्छा लगेगा बेटा ने कुछ अच्छा काम किया, भेले नहीं बैठे. तो yeah, so that's sense of gratitude, I think.
What was the talking point for the panel discussion?
The talking point was basically content. You know, how content is evolving, how when you put content on a streaming platform, शायद आपके ऊपर उतना प्रेशर नहीं है जो बॉक्स ऑफिस के लिए होता है, तो शायद आपका दिमाग थोड़ा फ्री होता है. बट एट द सेम टाइम द प्रेशर्स आर द सेम, क्योंकि यहाँ पे आपको कंटेंट को नो मैटर वेदर यू आर डूइंग इट फॉर अ फिल्म और स्ट्रीमिंग, योर कंटेंट हैज़ टू वर्क.
Right.
So that pressure is always there, but I guess that financial pressure is a little less. But बाकी सब तो वही है, मतलब सुबह उठ के तो फटता तो ज़रूर है.
When you saw the climax for the first time in the
Which
big-
climax?
about your project,
हाँ जी.
so did something came in your mind that this climax is something that people have never seen in their life?
वो मुझे जब मैं किताब I had read the book, तभी मुझे लगा कि मेरे लिए तो एकदम ब्रांड न्यू था. तो मुझे लगा कि शायद मैं किताब से ठीक तरीके से उसको प्रेजेंट कर पाऊँ तो लोगों को भी ब्रांड न्यू लगा, और वही हुआ तो अच्छा लगा. या
What was your motivation to make this?
लव,
Love.
प्यार. So because it was a beautiful love story यार, मुझे हमेशा एक लव स्टोरी करना था. मैं बहुत पहले लव स्टोरी किया था, so I wanted to make a love story. So this was my
Anything coming up with the Netflix or any other project?
I'm writing. Let's see. Once you write, the biggest struggle in life is to write.
Yeah, I know.
तो जब वो स्क्रिप्ट बन जाएंगे फिर उसके लिए कोई वेल विशर भी मिल जाएंगे.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir, and all the best for you.
थैंक यू सर. थैंक यू. थैंक यू.
They're literally sizing us. Okay.
Okay, so firstly, done? Okay, so for where we can see so many directors coming in a platform and doing a panel discussion about their projects. Tell us something about the panel discussion. What was it?
I mean, I can tell you about Mami. I mean, I've been coming here for what almost 15 years now, and you know, it's this festival feels like home. I came here when I was like an aspiring writer, filmmaker, and I've been coming here since then. You know, must have seen hundreds of films at Mami over the years.
आप क्या कहना चाहोगे?
Mami is our home festival. So when you think about films and when you think about global cinema, the one good way of really accessing it has been through Mami. And like he said, since we were film school students, we've been coming, and now we're filmmakers, and it's a privilege to be here on the panel speaking to the students of the coming, generation of filmmakers. Yeah.
When we do such kind of panel discussion, there are so many directors, the upcoming directors or a root level directors are there. So what was there in your mind when you entered in the room that I need to share this message to this director so that they can do so well, because your project has done something very good in the Netflix.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't know why anybody would spend 2 hours listening to me. But I mean, of course, there were a lot of other really phenomenal filmmakers with me on the stage. I mean, the idea was that okay, I'm gonna share some of my experiences, and hopefully that something in it will resonate with someone out there. You never know. You know, I've been on some of these panels as an aspiring filmmaker, and there were things which I heard back then which stayed with me and kind of helped me in my journey. So you know, you I was hoping to pass it forward.
Yes. Talking about your project, the thing when I saw the trailer for the first time, I was like, this movie can be made. And now Netflix, and by seeing the response and especially the reviews that I have learn about, it's a great. What came in your mind and what motivated you to do such kind of project?
Veerappan was a very interesting story overall, and I think the biggest thing that drew me to it was the opposing point of views and the passionate way in which those opposing point of views came through. So any true crime really fascinates me to dive into the fractured psyche of the criminal, and that's what motivated us to dive into that world. And then we found out our storytellers, and then of course built the whole show.
And
So-
especially the look, the mustache look and all.
But that was, he was known for his mustache.
Yes,
That
he
was
was
his
known.
perception, right? And he had built this cult following based on his look. So it was important to be able to tell you more about the man beyond his mustachioed
Yes.
look. Yeah.
Sir, tell us something about your project and especially the climax and the whole story wise. When we see the people getting such kind of response, what motivated you to make this project?
I mean, see, it's a story that we wanted to tell, you know, all of us, and uh, I mean, the motivation really came from that thirst of wanting to tell this story badly, and knowing that something like this hasn't been done in the streaming space over here, and the audience response, of course, it was very heartening because uh, there were a few sort of punts we were trying with this particular show, and the response kind of just uh, told us that maybe some of those punts we were able to pull off, you know.
Especially to casting team also, they have done such a wonderful, because we have not seen this kind of casting, right?
Oh yes, you know, I mean our casting directors, casting Bay and Nikita Grover, I thought they did a fantastic job
Yes.
with the casting of it.
One last thing, any upcoming project from your side or your side, anything coming up? Would you like to share?
I think it's too early. I've just started writing, so it will be. I mean, it's going to be at least a couple of years before anything comes out. Filmmaking is a long process, but koshish jari hai.
Anything, ma'am, from your side?
I have a
You always
film.
give surprises to your fans.
I have a film premiering here called Boom, Women of My Billion. It's a documentary, and there is a Kazakh film called Medina, which premiered at Tokyo.
Yes.
But Delhi Crime Season 3 is what we're working on right
Okay,
now.
we are looking for that, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
so
you,
much, ma'am.
thank you so much.